Everybody tells you to eat more leafy greens. Spinach, kale, arugula, they're supposed to be packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, right? But what if I told you that eating too many leafy greens could actually be hurting your health? Before you grab another green smoothie or load up your salad, you need to know the hidden risks of leafy greens that most people have never heard of. From digestive issues to anxiety spikes, these so-called superfoods might not be as perfect as you think. Let's break it all down, starting with the biggest danger hiding in your greens. First up, oxalates. If you've ever had kidney stones, there's a good chance oxalates were to blame. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in leafy greens, but in high amounts, they can bind to minerals like calcium and magnesium, preventing your body from absorbing them. Spinach is one of the highest oxalate-containing foods on the planet. A single serving can have hundreds of milligrams of oxalates, which can accumulate in the body and lead to painful kidney stones over time. But kidney stones aren't the only issue. Excess oxalates have been linked to joint pain, inflammation, and gut issues because they can irritate the digestive lining. Some people are more sensitive to oxalates than others. If you experience bloating, discomfort, or muscle aches after eating leafy greens, oxalates could be the problem. Now, if you love spinach or kale, don't worry. There are ways to reduce oxalate levels while still getting the nutrients. I'll explain how in just a second, but first, let's talk about another hidden issue with leafy greens: anti-nutrients. Leafy greens might be full of vitamins and minerals, but they also contain compounds that block your body from absorbing them. These compounds are called anti-nutrients, and they can mess with digestion, nutrient absorption, and even your energy levels. One of the biggest culprits? Phytic acid. Phytic acid, found in greens like spinach and Swiss chard, binds to iron, zinc, and calcium, making them harder for your body to absorb. So even if you're eating a nutrient-dense diet, you might not actually be absorbing the vitamins and minerals you think you are. Another anti-nutrient to watch out for is goitrogens, found in cruciferous leafy greens like kale, cabbage, and bok choy. These compounds can interfere with thyroid function, leading to fatigue, weight gain, and hormonal imbalances, especially if you already have thyroid issues. If you're drinking raw kale smoothies every day, you might actually be slowing down your metabolism without realizing it. But the way you prepare your greens can make a huge difference. I'll explain how in just a second. Now let's talk about pesticides. Even if you buy organic leafy greens, are some of the most pesticide-contaminated foods on the market. Spinach and kale rank among the highest on the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, meaning they've been found to contain high levels of pesticide residue. And here's the thing. These pesticides don't just wash off with water. They can be absorbed into the leaves, and when eaten regularly, they may contribute to hormonal imbalances, digestive problems, and even neurological issues over time. Some studies have even linked long-term pesticide exposure to higher rates of anxiety, depression, and cognitive decline. So if you're eating a lot of non-organic leafy greens, you could be unknowingly exposing yourself to toxins that affect both your body and brain. And that brings us to something nobody ever talks about: how leafy greens might be contributing to anxiety and brain fog. Oxalates don't just affect digestion. They also bind to magnesium, which is one of the most important minerals for keeping you calm and reducing stress. When oxalates deplete magnesium, it can lead to higher stress levels, muscle tension, and poor sleep. And that's not all. Some leafy greens, especially fermented greens or leftovers stored for too long, can contain high amounts of histamines, which can trigger headaches, brain fog, and increased anxiety in people who are sensitive. Have you ever eaten a big salad and felt jittery, lightheaded, or mentally foggy afterward? It might not be in your head. These compounds actually affect your nervous system. So, should you stop eating leafy greens completely? Not necessarily. But if you want to avoid the negative effects while still getting the benefits, here's what you should do. First, rotate your greens. Instead of eating spinach every day, switch it up with lower oxalate greens like arugula, romaine, or butter lettuce. These contain fewer anti-nutrients and are much easier to digest. Second, cook your greens instead of eating them raw. Cooking, steaming, or blanching reduces oxalates, phytic acid, and goitrogens, making them safer to eat. For example, lightly steaming spinach can lower its oxalate content by up to 50%. Third, always choose organic when possible. Since leafy greens are heavily sprayed with pesticides, opting for organic can reduce your exposure to harmful chemicals that disrupt hormones and brain function. And finally, pair your greens with healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or grass-fed butter. Fat helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are crucial for overall health. So, should you stop eating leafy greens? No, but you need to eat them the right way. Leafy greens have some amazing benefits, but they're not perfect for everyone. If you have digestive issues, kidney stones, thyroid problems, or anxiety, you might want to be more mindful about how you eat them. Instead of blindly following the advice to eat more greens, focus on choosing the right ones, preparing them properly, and avoiding toxic pesticides and anti-nutrients. Have you ever experienced issues with leafy greens? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more science-backed health insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.